Hi, finally a new video. It's almost a year ago that I taped a little video for evolutionary leadership for sustainability. And after a year of experiencing and practicing, I'm really into a lot of fun these days because it's getting normal and natural to just generate new relationships like this. In the beginning, through the course, it was a totally new experience for me, opening up to new people I've never met before and connecting with on another level, sharing deep feelings, sharing experiences from another level you normally just do when you know people for 10 years and you've met them impersonally. So using the new technologies, using Skype, using Google Hangouts, getting used to this new way of interacting with people was really a new way of experiencing how to generate new relationships. But now I see this tool is so much fun, and it's so easy actually, because when you know how to open up with Skype and when it's getting a normal way of working and connecting, then the whole world is your playfield. So you don't have to travel, or you don't have to schedule that much, because you can schedule a Skype meeting and do so much more when you're working at home. So this new workflow is really flowing at this moment, and like each speaker, I'm really trying and thinking a lot about how I can inspire and provoke to show and tell my environment why and how we are using the new technologies, what these soft technologies are. And it's actually about this time. It's timing, and it's exploring. It's exploring the this together after you experience this one. So there are a lot of people already interacting like this, but there are also a lot of people totally not aware of this interacting. And when you talk about Skyping or meeting other people like we're doing this right now, then the reaction, especially from the older generation, is that we are chatting, or like we are dating or looking for another lover or something. That's not what this is about. That's the same issues actually with taking pictures. If you take pictures from yourself and sharing your house and your children, that's storytelling. That has nothing to do with privacy or that it's dangerous, because it's dangerous when you are interacting in communities and you don't know where the people are coming from. But our communities are really coming from learning communities. People who are learning to learn, and people who are really into these systems thinking, or they are aware of the new paradigm. It's all the new words, the terminology. In Dutch we say terminologie. I don't know what it is in English. Terminology, I think. But it's about using the tools, and the people who are using those conversation tools, they are aware of the codes. It's the types of dimensions in this systemic sustainability, and that gives us a map. It's framing, and we are navigating in our frames and sharing some ethics here. So that's normal for our community. So it's really important to know who you are inviting into your community, and be careful, because there's a lot of things going on the internet. And that's not what we are talking about right here, because the movements of Syntony, as we call them, that's actually presenting the types and dimensions of this systemic sustainability that we wish in our society. That's this social change that's going on right now. It's about exploring and learning how to learn in these communities. And that's when we are testing in the learning labs. So the 4 types of dimensions in our dialogues is about being aware of your intrapersonal level And intrapersonal means listening with every cell of your being and learning to listen to the rhythm of life and taking time for meditation and for yoga, Pilates, or having dialogues when you're walking in nature, getting up at the same time. Actually, for me, I don't know how this is for others, but for me, this intrapersonal time is very important. So I take my time from 5 till 10 in the morning because I'm not disturbed. I can easily check my email. I can really do so much more than sitting here during the day because it's all people outside, telephone is ringing, my little boy has to go to school, the oldest has to travel to Leiden. So there's a lot of things going on during a day, and it's, for me, it's really working to get up at 5 and do your thing in the morning. So that's how this all started and why I'm able to get this frame out. And also, not only sharing this frame and sharing what these tools are, because it's about different things. It's about generating new relationships. And that's why we need tools and a map. So that's actually very easy to explain. When we're generating those relationships, it has to be about learning and sharing. Because if there's no learning to connect us, and people are not willing to learn from you, or I'm not willing to learn from you, then actually there's some kind of competition. And that's not funny, to generate new relationships in a competition. It's really about this new leadership. And that's about meaning vibrant, intense relationships and compelling and enthusiasm. And that's there when people are learning and sharing their things with you. And you can learn and share your things together with others. Why? Because we get so much more possibilities during the sharing and learning itself. So many doors are opening up, and there are so many more actions starting through this sharing and learning together. It's something you really have to experience yourself. And it's never about trying to keep information for yourself, because there's data everywhere and we are getting overwhelmed of data. So how do we know which people we have to interact with, and how can we learn about design and implementation, or technology assessment, community building activities, technological intelligence? It's easy. We have this gift. Alexander Laszlo is the president of Syntony International, and he's offering all his presentations, his publications, his experiences, his community learning groups, and he's teaching this MBA doctoral program. So this is really a great offer, and the Netherlands is going to be the first one, because I'm here, I'm based in Kortgene, and this is a really nice, it's a really little city actually. It's a little village at the water, and there are a lot of tourists coming here for the water, for nature. So that's the focus of this dimension here. And we are going to explore how we can get this scientific evidence that is coming to the force for this type of non-local and trans-temporal entanglement, as well as the moral imperative for humanity to take on this mantle of evolutionary co-creation of a world narrative, and that is filled with passion, with integrity, with grace, control and flow. And flow is that we are really tuning our actions and attitudes to harmonize with our surroundings, and that's really so great and amazing. It's just a lifestyle. It's a way of living. It's like you feel you can transport yourself. Like I'm sitting here now in Kortgene, and I can easily go to the US. I can go to Russia. I can have a conversation in India or in London. I can share and learn from the people over there. They can implement their things with me. We can design things together. This technology assessments is really running fast, and it's really important that we have this psychological tool. It's an easy tool, the ladder and the compass. It's a very easy tool and narrative to know how to guide in your conversation and which steps to take, and how to test if the other person is willing to take this action with you together. That's actually the most important thing here, because that's collaboration. That's deep collaboration. So if you wish to have those products, because we have this evolutionary leadership for sustainability, there is this curriculum from the Giordano Bruno University. We have these software packages. There is this presentation materials, we have the publications, and there is this tool, the Syntony tool, the ladder and the compass. So we are looking for many agents, we are looking for the students, we are looking for entrepreneurs, stakeholders to offer this frame in their way of working, to just easy explain that this is systemic sustainability, and we are in this next step, we are this next generation, because all the other things is old and we don't have to pay that much money. We just have to implement everything everywhere, and that's where we need to train trainers. So train the trainer is our first focus here, and we are offering this this idea actually to inspire and provoke others. I'm looking forward to meet you. So you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Skype, and on LinkedIn. And we are very excited and looking forward to meet new friends, new organizations, and big organizations to start up with. Bye bye.